see, I put the pretty much the title of the book that I wrote. Okay, so guys, if you haven't gotten the book, remember the book. This is the book. Try to get the book. It's an intriguing book that I wrote that is giving you the information on my relationship with Michael Jordan. So I'm talking about the book for a moment, then I'll go back to us talking about other subjects, right? So I want to finish it up because we're at the end of the book. If you are following me, you'll see that I'm talking about the book. And the reason I started talking about the book was stories and lies out there about me. So now, um, make sure you go into the link in the description, guys. Should be a link on my page that's going to tell you about how to purchase the book. Okay. It's an instant download. It's really not that much. And, if you're interested in the book, okay. The reason why I was going through it, it also helped me talk about different things that we experience in our relationship. So, and the understanding. And I talked about this because I was reeling with the understanding of what I was experiencing when the situation happened later. Okay. So, with this particular book, I'm now just addressing what no one knows. Okay. Now, I'll have another subject, but right now I'm ending the book as far as what I was coming out of the book and giving you guys some, little snippets and some talks on it is in the book. Now, when I last put one of the subjects up, probably we could go or whatever. We was in chapter, let me see. I think we was in the last chapter, Reality of Love. And I was talking about how you don't know what you don't know. Um, if a person is giving you half of the story, okay? And a lot of time you can only go with what somebody is giving you. Sometimes people don't really give you the whole truth. And so you pretty much um, going through the motions of relationships based on what a person wants you to know. Got me? What they want you to know about them or about what's going on past in their life. Okay. So I didn't get the whole story. Now, this understand what's going on. I didn't get the whole story of what uh, Michael was going to do, and that's in chapter 8. So chapter 8 was the reality of him having made a decision, and he had just talked to me the night before. So this is why I was talking about on one of the talks I was talking about. I haven't done that again. I think I'm gonna do it again. Talking about why people lie. Okay, y'all know I talk about that all the time. Why do people lie? I'm going to re-talk that again because it's something to always understand. Once you understand why a person is, we're going to say, incapable of being upfront, it has a lot to do with your decision if you're going to go forward in that relationship. Because if a person can't be upfront with you about their desires for you, if they want to be with you, if they want to deal with you, it's not worth going on with that relationship. Okay. So, but here's what happened. If you don't know until something happens, and that is what is the most hurtful part about being in relationships. You know, you think someone is being honest, right? You hope that they're telling you the truth about whatever they are presently in or involved in with someone, right? And you're hoping that they will tell you the truth. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen. And that is why we have the issues we have in relationships. See, if we could be honest about our relationships, we can experience better relationships. Okay. So in that chapter, and I was finishing up, so I'm going to go into the ending of it, which was the conclusion of the book. So about what I was talking about. So what happened is I was explaining it in the book, but you'll read it, that I wasn't sure um, what was going on. I thought I knew what was going on. And so based on what happened wasn't what happened. Okay. I can't tell you a story because you have to, it's a tearjerker at the end. So I really, really, really want you to read it. Okay. um, if if you're interested. But what I was really saying about the reality about love, even though we go and meet people and have interest in people, we are really truly not in control. And I think I talked about that before. We're really truly not in control of people that come into our life, or people that we want to meet, or people that we get involved with. God has already made that decision about who He wants you to be with. Um, we as people go off how we feel and how somebody makes us feel, and sometimes we just take our time. And and I keep saying this to you guys: if we're patient, you want to experience as much trial and tribulation, but you can only experience the trial and tribulation when a person lies. Okay, got it? If you're lying to me about the relationship, then of course we're going to have trial and tribulations because you're not upfront about the relationship. Okay. Now, when why I called it love, sex, and power is because in the end it was about a power move to me. Now, I said before, I'm not saying that he didn't have love or was in love with the person he married. What I'm saying is the decision didn't make sense. Okay. The decision didn't make sense on the basis of love. Okay. Because why would somebody call you and say, "Oh, I love you, miss you, want to be with you," and then the next day go get married? Who does that? Who does that? So, and that's what happened. Okay. So, was it love, or was it about sex? Or was it about power? And that's why I talk about that, because we do decide on the basis of people we get into sometime. It's based on, it's not necessarily based on um, love. It's really not. Sometimes it's not based on love. Sometimes it's based on a power move. What you want to do, what you're trying to get. You're seeking security. You're trying to fulfill something. You're trying to make sure that you don't go through something. And sometimes that's what it's about. So sometimes you have to um, pay attention. I talk about it all the time. Pay attention to the person and how you treat it. But here's the thing, and this is the thing. That's the thing so tricky about relationship. You really just don't know how it's gonna go if the person is not upfront. And I keep saying that because even though I go back and I talk about the situation, it comes right back to the fact that a relationship is not going to be uh, of peace, all right, or lack of drama if you're not upfront. You're going to have trials and tribulation if that person is not being upfront about the what is happening or what they want. Do they like you? Do they desire you? Do you really want this relationship? Are you with me? So in the book, and I want you to get it at the end. I talked about how the decision I felt like was on the basis of power. Okay, based on a decision, and then I'm gonna say power. I'm gonna say in the end, down the road, it was based on power when I went through the system. What I'm gonna say is based on what other people want. Sometimes we make decisions based on what somebody else wants us to do. Sometimes we'll like somebody more because mama daddy like that person. We'll date that person because mom and daddy said that person was nice, or sister or brother. Somebody give you uh, a second, you know, go ahead to be with this person, and you're not following up on the basis of yourself. You got me? So sometimes you go that route and you make a decision because you don't want to hurt that the person who brought you that person into your life. You got what I'm saying? So that, I would say, at the end was based on what I would say someone else wanted him to do. Even though he still made the decision, I'm not gonna, again, I'm not going to say he did not have love for the person he married. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna do that. What I'm saying is the decision was based on what's other the pressure of others telling him this is what he needed to do. Because you got to understand, Michael Jordan got married in his 20s. Um, bro, I believe he was 26, maybe. And to me, in during that time of day, I think 26 is young. I think you're still learning, but because it's in the world of money and an athlete, they want you to not be single, right? And that's not reality. It's, I mean, it's getting down to they're realizing what the heck I do that for, and then they end up having affairs and being this person and that person and have more drama anyway because they're listening to somebody tell them they need to be married so they can get endorsements, so they can get this. Whatever is for you is gonna happen anyway. It didn't matter if he was married or not. He was still going to be who he was going to be. Got me? I just, but we don't know that. You got me? We go off of what what we believe or the perception of what was going on. And then believe me, don't get me wrong. Now the time then are different from now. Okay, the way things were then are not the way they are now. Okay, so let's say that because everything in the sport world and things that are happening now are totally different. Okay, they're not the same today. How they perceive, how the young men in the sports world see things now. You know, they don't get a rat's behind. They stay single until they ready. I'm not even gonna let these girls run them. Not gonna happen. Not gonna run me, right? So that's, I think, is what's going on now. Now the final part of the book, and then I'm gonna end that part. Is the conclusion. So here is what I talk about love and relationship. It has a lot to do with maturing, right? When we are young, in our 20s, sometimes I'll say in our 20s, or just possibly just desiring and wanting someone, sometimes we're not ready and not mature. And this is why I talk about how to get ready. Um, if you're not ready to really truly love someone or really truly be loved, you will find yourself in relationships after relationships after relationships because you're just not ready. And you, you gotta mature to a place of knowing, because I'm not saying when you date or get with someone you don't know. What I'm saying is you're somewhat not ready when you're in your 20s, and that's just my opinion. Okay, because you're still trying to figure out what you want to do, what you're trying to do, as far as your job, your living space, um, your career, um, and you really, if you haven't had children before, college, you now thinking about, okay, what I need to do to be just successful in my space, just to be happy in my space. You got what I'm saying? So I truly believe at that time I kind of knew what I want, but I think I also just realized for the first time what love was really, really, truly about. Yeah, or really how to, or being in love. I guess that would be the best word, because you can date and be with people, and I didn't date till I was 19, date 19. I was a tomboy. Shit. I played sports. Played softball. I played basketball. I played tag football. I was doing all things because I had 4 brothers. So I was a tomboy, and I didn't have 2 cents cared about a guy at all. So I knew for a fact I had no idea of what to do or how to do. I don't think most women do know. I don't, and I know for a fact men don't know. See, we teach each other how to love. We teach each other how to love how to love me and me to love you. We learn that from each other. That's just through experience. Sometimes I don't even think, we're not going to tell each other really truly what it's about. We have to seek it, and this is why I talk about the way I do now, because we didn't, we need a me, and we need those who talk. I think the difference that I feel about it is I feel women should listen more to women, helping them with relationships, because men, and I'm not trying to put my men down, but this is real talk, men learn from women. Men learn how to love, how to desire, how to uh, do, and how to treat us through a woman or through their parent. They're taught that way. But to love and understand, or what he like, what he don't like, I feel like the men that are telling this is getting it from a woman, because men don't really truly tell another man what he's doing with his mate. He's just not. And how she makes him feel. Not when it's the right mate. He may talk about one he don't care about. And that you play with. But men not talking to each other about what she's really doing to make me really truly love her and make me happy. He's not telling that. So I don't want to go out of that to the left, but I'm just making a statement to say we're learning from each other how to love. What we miss is how to understand the love because of the not being upfront. Yeah, I'm saying that right. I'm saying that right. I had to think that for a minute. Did I say that right? I said that right. So the reason, so in the conclusion in my book, I talk about how, in this memoir, I talk about how we sometimes can be confused and be challenged in relationships, and we can study love, and we can uh, be in different relationships, and just continue to understand love. But in the end, we truly have to really truly understand ourselves first, because then once you understand yourself, you're able to really deal with um, others better. I'm gonna say that you can deal with others better. Now, in the book, in the conclusion in the book, all I'm explaining is sometimes you really don't know what you enter into. You don't know if this is what you really truly want. We go through relationships and we learn if this is the person that we desire and want. And when we don't, we move on and we find someone else. What I find in the whole thing about love, sex, and power is if we are not upfront about our desires and our wants and our dislikes and our likes, how are you going to have great love with someone if you can't be honest about your desires and your likes and your dislikes, where you are at this moment? If you're not ready to settle down, why aren't you saying, I'm not ready to settle down, I just want to date? You see what I mean? And I keep talking to you guys about this over and over because I'm trying to get you to understand where that's what it's about. And so even if you're in a relationship right now, and I find that there's a lot of relationships today that men and women are staying in relationships that they knowingly know that they're not happy in. And they're staying because of reason. They're staying because of a lot of what's happening. It could be finances. It could be, not willing to give things up right now. And they're staying in bad relationships because they don't want to give up something. You got me? And that was one of the things that I felt happened within that relationship with him. He didn't, you don't want to give up something. You want to stay in it for a reason. You don't want to let go. And it could be that you think you may never meet someone else again, or you don't have the finances to be on your own, or you need that to stay. But in the end, it's not going to be a great relationship because you're in a relationship with someone who is not into you anymore, and you're just wasting time. I was just telling somebody, and I think I told you guys this the other day, we don't have but so long in this world. And if you don't understand that you should be in a place of happiness with someone before we're not going to be here that long. And I just don't understand why people don't get that or see that. And so why don't you want to be fulfilling with somebody that makes you happy? That's one things that I'm going to figure out sooner or later. Why do we stay in bad relationships? Why do we stay with people that we normally know no longer have interest in us? Why do we stay? Mm-hmm. You're right, Michael. Kids. Yep. So people say because of kids. That's true. I know finances. They're hey T-Mac. Some people, they do stay in the relationship for those reasons. But why would you want to stay with somebody and then you go out and cheat and you don't make happen? Now you got more drama. Why? And that's one of the things that, is so profound about love and being in relationships is, I think it's, and I'm gonna do a talk on that one too. I always talked about this, guys. I really truly believe it's fear. And then, okay, don't get mad at me, men, because I know my men gonna get mad at me right now. What I'm about to say. Don't take this personal, because if it ain't true, then it ain't true. Don't get caught up in what I say. I'm just telling you my opinion of some people. Okay? I feel that people that stay in relationships or that cheat, it's a form of fear, right? But then it's also a form of weakness. I mean, and here's my thing about why I say it's a form of weakness. First, let's go back to fear. You fear starting over, or you fear being alone, or you fear the lack of finances, and I could go on and on. I'm just giving you the major three that I'm giving you my major three right now. And because of that fear, it makes you weak because you don't want to start over because you don't think that you're capable, or you don't want to just start over. You just don't want to having to go find another place or fix another place up or having to start all this stuff over again. You just don't want to do it. And I think that's why most of the time men stay. Now, the reason I feel women stay is women stay because of security. Women stay because they don't want another woman to have that man. Women stay because they think they'll never meet somebody else that's going to take care of them or that's going to provide. So they stay in those type of relationships because they don't want to have to start over. You see where I'm going? That's still a form of fear. Still a form of fear. But then it's a form of weakness because you're not strong enough mentally to start over. And I think I'm not saying that right. I'm usually, I'm not just bringing stuff out my mouth. I actually study this, guys. I studied the art of love. I studied it, and I keep studying. I keep reading on it, and I won't stop because I wish I had a me when I was in my 20s. I wish I had a me when I experienced this right here. Because if I know what I know now, then I'm not even gonna talk about it. I've been a bad. Oh, let me be quiet. I ain't right, Michael. I ain't right, Michael Belly. I am not right. Do you hear me? But no, really, it's fear. And so here's why I feel like, and ending the book into this, and the reason why I feel like the situation happened with Michael is all about, it was all about power and the fear of what they were telling him they needed him to do for the basis of where he was in the business of a NBA player, or in that world, so that he can have the endorsements and do the things that he want to do. But the one thing I would say, if you're strong enough to pick it up and keep them moving, baby, pick it up and keep them moving. Because that's exactly what I did. Do you hear me? Ain't that much money in the world gonna that I would accept somebody that would treat me in a kind of way. And of course, don't think, when you read the book, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because even after he made a decision to go in a different direction, he could not leave me alone. He wanted to keep coming over there. And this is the part about, when I experienced my case, and then I was, appeared to come off as I'm lying. But me, I'm at this stage, I don't care what people think about me. You can talk about me all you want. I am a mature ass woman right now. And your words won't hurt me. Your thought process don't hurt me. What you think of me don't hurt me. Because whatever and however I am is me. And I am me. I'm not you. And I don't want you to be me. I want people to be self. And I want people to be strong enough to find somebody that makes them happy and be happy. And if you don't have to be in a relationship, this is not about having to be in a relationship. This is about just being happy with someone, period. Just be happy with someone, period. Don't waste your time with people that's wasting your time. Shit, just be by yourself. How you gonna go through changes with people that don't make you happy? It doesn't make sense to me. So I just wanted to end, that was the end of the book, because I had to, pop this up. I do my talks on YouTube. If you're not following me over my YouTube, it's still Love Dr. Pamela Smith. And so I've been going through the book, and the videos are over there. And I've just started, back up with my TikTok, and I wanted to go forward. So a lot of you are missing the story. If you want to get the story of what went on, you go to my YouTube page, and you can get some of the story, or like I said, get the book. Now, those who, and I also still, and I know I haven't said this lately, guys, but I still help you. If you need one-on-one help, if you're looking, if you're going through something, if you're depressed, if you not understanding a situation that you're in, I always do coaching. I still do one-on-ones, It just go to the link, looking at the link in the description, and you'll find my link, and on there you'll be able to set up an appointment with me and do one-on-one. Very inexpensive, not expensive at all, So I still do that. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. So I'm not leaving you hanging. I got you. Hey, Lee. I got you. So I'm not gonna hold you. I just wanted to kind of go through that with you guys. But I'm gonna do. We'll be back to our sex talk. What's this? Probably Wednesday. Yeah, probably Wednesday. I just wanted to finish up the book. So we're done on the book. Now I'm going to go into some other things that you could go and download and get help with. I'm going to put that up. Working on the site, guys, that's coming. So those who want to get that kind of information, you'll be able to download that instantly. But I just wanted to, just quickly talk about the book and get it out of the way, so we can go on and start and continue talking about other different things that's going to help you in your relationship, help you find a mate, get the person that you want, or just stay single and be happy and then just enjoy people, right? Just enjoy. Hey, Fred Jones, how you doing? Hey, Charles Smith, thank you guys for joining me. So I just wanted to get that information to you guys, get us done with the book. Now we're getting ready to go hardcore. I'm going to be talking about different subjects you're going to like, you're not going to like. But join me. I'm going to help you out here. And hopefully, in the future, you guys will want to come on and we can, have a showdown and have a one-on-one talk. How about that? So thank you guys for joining me. I will be back Wednesday. We'll be talking live. Unless I put a pre-recorded up. Y'all not gonna like that. But I'll be back and we'll be talking more. So now remember, if you are single and if you are looking for a relationship, if you're looking for a mate, remember, just be patient. True love is just delayed. If you're looking for a mate, just be patient. They're out there for you. Yeah, we can be picky, we can be choosy. Just be patient and just wait for that right person that's gonna make you happy. And just date. And just date until you're ready. If you're already in a relationship, you guys, you know what I say now. It's gotta be about peace, joy, and happiness. If you're not at peace in a relationship, move on. Like I said, we only got so long to live. And I want to be here till I'm 100 and something years old. And I don't know if that's going to happen or not going to happen. But in the meantime, if I want to make it there, I got to stay happy and stress-free. Okay? So thank you for joining me, guys. You've been with I Love Dr. Pamela. Thank you for joining me. I really, truly appreciate you taking the time to have this talk with me. And I look forward to coming back with some more talk. And we're going to talk back again about some love. You know how we're going to do it. Love, love, love. Maybe some relationship too.